I know for a fact that the president of Florida Institute of Technology was lying in the very first sentences that he sent the entire campus community. And I was terminated after an offer to buy my silence. They just reached out and asked me to resign while accepting some money to stay quiet, and also promised to never, ever, ever sue them.
And you didn't want to agree to that?
I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
It means I have a conscience. It means I have integrity.
So you're a neuroscientist who worked with NASA, and now you're mowing lawns.
Whatever you can do to make that work, that's what we're doing to help pull things together.
Today we're joined with Dr. Rick Addante. He recently blew the whistle, told the truth about his own university, and exposed a video recording from that university and of the president, talking about DEI, talking about the state of Florida, millions of dollars in money.
We have to change some words so they're not being scraped and so we're not targeted. It allows us to do our work. You know, $7 million. It's a lot of money, but if I lose $7 million, we can live with it.
He was offered a $100,000 offer, but the problem with that was he would not be able to tell the truth. He would have to stay silent, and he refused to sign that document.
The setup for this video is actually a month prior. We were in the same meeting, which happens every month for 5 years, and they told us of his intention to defraud the citizens of Florida in the United States of America for federal and state grant money because he didn't want to get caught continuing the prohibited DEI stipulations that he was given by the Office of the Governor to receive at least a $7 million grant. And we were told that he wanted to stay under the radar and that he wanted to try to stay out of court. And so he was invited to join our meeting the next month and tell us what he would refuse to write down on paper. And the meeting ensued. The entire School of Psychology and the School of Behavior Analysis. And so that's a ton of professors. I don't know, 30 to 50, maybe. They always record that meeting through meeting minutes, and then they blast it out to a bunch of people who were not present and couldn't come, and sometimes even people who don't even work there anymore. And so everyone's got their phone out on the table. Usually they're recording it themselves so that they can provide the appropriate minutes and records. And that's who he's speaking to, the entire crowd of people who only a month ago were so mad at him for wanting to undermine the push to keep DEI. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to have his cake and eat it too, and have it both ways.
And if we have to change some words so they're not being scraped and so we're not targeted, it allows us to do our work.
So that was from our report back in April. Everyone saw that. Change some words so the school wouldn't be targeted. So they're trying to circumvent the DEI restrictions by just changing the language.
He never said change your deeds, change your actions.
Right.
He never said we're going to do the thing that we are required to do. Mm-hmm. We're just going to change the words so it looks like we're doing it, but we're actually not complying.
And then what happened?
I got an email from the president right afterwards. He emailed the whole university, and he immediately attacks the whistleblower.
Dear Panthers, that's your mascot? Last Friday, I joined a meeting with psychology faculty, invitation of what's Copladine?
The College of Psychology and Liberal Arts.
The purpose was to address questions about our continued efforts to align. As always, we're navigating these changes with a clear commitment to full legal compliance and academic excellence. Unfortunately, that private meeting was illegally recorded and shared with OMG, which is known for, well, now everybody at Florida Tech knows about O'Keefe Media Group, don't they? Which is known for distributing selectively edited and deceptively edited video content. The video has since been published and misrepresents my comments, offered in a spirit of empathy and clarity, as somehow indicating non-compliance. So your reaction to this?
It was very troubling to see that message and to receive it, because I was a recipient of that. When I saw that message, I knew he was lying about the lie. I know that for a fact. I've been in meetings where the deans in that meeting said, this is a public meeting. If you want to talk about something private, have a different meeting with me. So I know for a fact that the president of Florida Institute of Technology was lying in the very first sentences that he sent the entire campus community. And as of a few days ago, I was terminated. I was terminated after having an offer to buy my silence.
We're looking at a severance agreement. This is to get you $96,000.
Yeah, just shy. They just reached out and asked me to resign while accepting some money to stay quiet, and also promised to never, ever, ever sue them.
And you didn't want to agree to that.
I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean you couldn't?
It means I have a conscience. It means I have integrity. It means that I believe in the truth. Certainly the constitutional right to speak, but there's a deeper right to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the Constitution, we have the right to speak truth in our life.
Were you tempted to?
No. When somebody says that they're going to terminate you for no reason under a claim of insubordination, and they don't tell you what you were insubordinate about, if I did something wrong, just fire me. Don't offer me, you don't need to offer me money. And if you're just gonna be a nice courtesy of parting ways in a friendly way, you know, is not uncommon with severance and whatnot, okay. But then that number would have been a lot lower than $96,000. So the fact that it was that number, it was so high, begging me not to sue.
So what did you do? You just said, I'm not gonna sign this? Or did you just not reply to their offer?
I was represented by counsel who communicated with them. And I don't know the precise words that he said, but it was made very, very clear that was a non-starter. My hope and what I've been encouraged by is seeing that others are standing up and speaking that truth too. Inspired a lot by what you guys do. You've done that your entire career, and speak the truth. You've revealed the truth, and that is so important. And it inspired me decades ago when you started.
So you're a neuroscientist who worked with NASA, and now you're mowing lawns.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally mowing lawns for $30.
Yeah, $130 a month. I'm working on my neighbor's lawn. Maybe a few more if I'm lucky, but you know, it's one of those things that, you know, is kind of a badge of honor. You know, you got to pay the bills. You got to take care of business. You got to provide for your family. You got to provide food, and that's not enough to provide the food. But you know, the first thing you do in these situations is you don't let moss grow on a stone, and so you got to keep that stone rolling. Moss doesn't grow on a rolling stone. You got to keep active, keep your feet moving. Don't wallow in self-pity, and do everything you can to make it happen. So whatever you can do to make that work, that's what we're doing to help pull things together.
It really does wear you down. You and I talked about this. Does it ever just wear you down?
Yeah. And I guess my message is like, that's okay. I don't want people to be scared of being worn down. It's okay to be worn down.
But where do you get your energy from?
Well, levels of the answer to levels of the question. I mean, sleep, exercise.
Which you don't do.
Which I don't do, which is fine. But sleep, exercise, family and purpose, which I have a lot of, support, which I have an enormous amount of.
Where do you get your support from?
Supportive wife, but also some friends and a core group of supporters. That builds up, and then comes right down to the very foundational basis too. As you climb to the apex of that answer to where do you get your energy from, it comes back to the very bottom foundation, which is faith, because you know you have Christ with you in that respect.
When you're going through hell, keep going.
Yeah.
The only way out is through. Rick, thank you for joining. And givesendgo.com, the URL. If we could pull the URL up, I know it's not /Rick Addante. It's givesendgo /GJ3G6. Send something to Rick. Help him out. Send a message to people that they can do it too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. Thank you on behalf of my family.
What is your price? Because if your price is not your life, then you are for sale.